Hey there, Margaret DiMarzio here. So, why is my coaching so different? Well, first of all, I wrote down a little bullet points of what I was going to talk about on this call, and I've been trying to memorize it. And you know what? That's been giving me a lot of pressure, and I don't like pressure. I always say you really need to have things come from pleasure and not pressure. So I'm going to read it to you because I don't like things coming from pressure. Always pleasure, okay? So if you see my eyes going this way, it's because I don't want to miss anything super important to tell you, okay? So what if you could neutralize the pain or feelings of anger, guilt, shame when it shows up? What if you could neutralize that? Wouldn't that be amazing, right? What if the feelings of fear that comes up and you know what it is and how to work around that feeling so you can make a decision from a place of logic and pleasure? I'm Margaret DiMarzio, and I am an emotional regulation coach. So what I do is I help turn down the dial of stress so we can turn up the emotions of bliss, brilliance, creativity, intuition, and I like to do this quickly. Okay. So I can't think of a single time in my life where it's served me to make any decision from the energy of fear, guilt, anger, or shame. I don't know about you, but definitely not any time in my life that those emotions helped me, right? What happens is these emotions hyper focus on a perceived threat, where the blood from your brain goes to your arms and then it goes to your legs, which gives you motivation to basically run or bite, right? Fight or flight. And when these emotions, what happens is these emotions decrease digestion, logic, intuition, reason, creativity, right? So let me ask you a question. How useful is it to make any life decision without your full power, right? So you literally can't see the big picture, the bird's eye view of any situation when you're in fear, anger, shame, guilt, because what your mind does is it zooms in on that perceived threat so that you notice nothing else except for that focus of perceived threat, right? So another question, does that serve you when you're trying to communicate with your child? Probably not, right? Trying to give them advice when they're whining, right? You can't see the big picture of it, or trying to set boundaries. So the feelings of stress start to arise, right? And stress can really slow down all the areas of our lives, right? And not in a good way of pause to take a breath kind of way, but a necessary pause because things are getting out of hand, okay? So you might be thinking to yourself, why should I do this coaching with her? What is so different? And I'm going to tell you, it's a lot. It's a lot different, okay? So my coaching style is more of an experience. We will spend 3 months together, once a week, 45-minute calls via Zoom, okay? Also too, you will get Voxer support. Now this Voxer support, you can use it at any time, but I will come in Monday through Friday, usually between 8 and 4. I'll give at least I say give me at least 24 hours to respond, but I usually respond a lot quicker than that. You will also receive a private podcast with audio that's going to teach you how to regulate your nervous system. These are key. They have helped so many people. So like if you're on a walk or if you're on a drive and you're just all hyped up and you need to settle those nerves, you just stick your earbuds in or just, press play. It's like I'm kind of like in your back pocket. So what will happen is that you're going to start to learn these skills that I'm going to be teaching you, and you're going to become the master of regulating your own nervous system. I'm going to teach you how to do this, okay? And these audios will be yours for lifetime, okay? You'll always have them. So during our coaching calls, we'll be installing new information at an unconscious level, okay? So we're going to clear old fears, beliefs, systems, patterns, any frustrating emotions that, from previous life experiences to like what's happening now. And the transformation is going to start to happen immediately. It's really, really cool. We're going to clear regret, guilt, resentment associated with things that have happened and things that are happening, okay? And what will happen while we do that is you're gonna have this feeling of like bliss, clarity, and we're gonna neutralize, intrusive thoughts, and we'll decrease that sensation of anxiety. It's really gonna start to kind of come down. And I'm gonna teach you the how. I'm gonna teach you the how. And believe me, you've never done it like this before. You just haven't. I know you haven't. Because this is a new way of coaching. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit different. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm looking to potentially working with you.